those online dating services can get expensive. So to save money, I found a new way to get my profile out there. Info.
Check me out. Everybody says I've got a friendly disposition and they love my spinach dip. 5'10", blue eyes and a birthmark, and I'm into vintage comics, but I'm selling them to buy a new car. And I write my blog at night, and I reenact on the weekends. And I love historical fiction, plus I'm crazy good with nunchucks. And I graduated 12th in my class, and do the crossword and pen. My sign is Sagittarius, I'm into Spanish cheese. My hairline is receding, but I'm getting a weed. Getting a weed. Who wants some model tonight?
Sorry, maybe that's a lovely lady right now. Yeah.
You don't have to come in right away, but my tab is still open. If you've got some time, I'll be getting some wings over by the skee ball machine. Again, my name is Ronald, total eclipse of the heart. I love those wings. I like them hot.
What's the deal, my people? You know this is Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you with another one. And you gotta love those motherfucking wings. I like them hot too, motherfucker. I like them hot. Straight up. And we are back at you. I am back at you. We are in this piece right now. Let me go over and take a look at the chat. See what is going on over there. Let me make my way over there so I can see my peoples. See who's up in here chilling with me right now. That is what it's all about. I don't need to see myself. I don't care about that. Who cares about that? But I do need to see what the hell y'all are saying up in this piece. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. What up to all my people? What up to Shiny and Charlie? What up to OTDA? What up to my man JD? I was just watching your stream, JD. Thank you for the shout out on the stream. What up to Chrissy of Old Stones? What up to Johnny B Crazy? What up to Thrones Volume? What up to Slope? What up to Rocker Man? What up to Sailor Diva? What up to my girl AK47, Alicia Kingston? What up to my man Quentin Gilliam, my boy? What up, son? I ain't seen you in a while, baby. What's going on? Happy to see you up in here. You know what I mean? What up to Laura's Corner? What up to Fernandez T? What up to everybody up here chilling with me? As always, you know, the Thug Mug is in hand, right? We ready. We get ready. We are getting ready for Kind of Thrones. It is almost here. Almost here, Kind of Thrones. If you're going there, you will see the Don Tony Teflon. So if you're going to Kind of Thrones, please, if you see the Don Tony Teflon, I'm not going to know who you are, so you got to come up to me, say what up to me. I look forward to meeting as many people as I can meet, shaking as many hands as I can meet. You know what I mean? This is what I'm about, chilling, you know what I mean? So hopefully y'all all get out there and just chill, and we can come on and have a good time. I cannot wait, you know what I mean? Fernandez T, that's right. You know what I mean? You got to hold that down, baby. Hold that down. I'm going to hold the bug down. You hold that down. That's how we go to rock it. So down in the Thug Mug tonight, we drinking, we doing a little Bud Light for the summer. So we got a little Bud Light Orange and a Bud Light Lime. Little combo going. Bud Light Orange, Bud Light Lime. Oh, you got a super chat going right there from Slope. Thank you very much. And he says, beer money for the Kind of Thrones. Thank you. I appreciate that. We're going to need that because I'm telling you, we going on the mechanical bull. I'm not bullshitting you. And I'm going to tape it and put it on there for you guys to see me on the mechanical bull. I'm telling you, you're going to see what happens when I get up on that motherfucker. I'm a wreck shop. Wreck shop. See it. You're going to see it. There's no doubt. Thank you, Slows, for that. That's what's good, man. I appreciate that, man. You know what I mean? Yes, I know what Bud Light really is. I ain't saying nothing special. It's the summertime. It's a little early right now. You know, I can't be going crazy. So I figured a little Bud Light orange, a little Bud Light lime. Let's keep it light. You know what I mean? It's like drinking water. It's flavored water. That's all it really is. But the orange is a little too much orange in it. They put a little too much in it. They should have went a little. They went a little too heavy on the orange. A little too heavy. They didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? What is going on, Chrissy of Old Storms? All right. So basically, what we talking about? You know, I'm here. I'm gonna take all your questions. I'm taking all questions from chat about anything related with Game of Thrones and anything related with Song of Ice and Fire book. And I am talking about Kind of Thrones too, taking all questions about that and everything else. So we are definitely going to go into that. Let me go into a little bit about the news that has come out. Now, I don't actually consider this spoilery because it's not really a spoiler. It's just more of a prediction, you know. So to me, it's like if you see something like shooting, I think everyone knows that they're going to shoot in King's Landing, right? So I can't really take that as a spoiler. You know what I mean? That's not a spoiler to me. That's a given. If you think that's a spoiler, oh my God, they're shooting in King's Landing. Well, of course they are. It's like they're shooting in Winterfell. Really? Okay. It's not a spoiler to me, you know. So I don't take that as spoiler. So we're gonna talk a little bit about what we heard in that, you know what I mean? And you know, so we're not trying to ruin anything for anybody or anything like that. So that's the way I look at it, and that's the way we're gonna treat it, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's some news has come out that they were filming in the Dragon Pit again. Now we know the first Dragon Pit scene that we seen from Game of Thrones, the one that we seen was basically a meeting. That's what it was, right? A meeting room. So are they going to do another meeting? Are they going to have enough time to do another meeting? Is that what's going on this Dragon Pit scene? Thank you to my man JD hitting me with the super chat $9.99. Beer on me, Tony. Thank you, sir. We will put that to good use. And you know, we're gonna take a drink all the time for every super chat we get. We're gonna drink anyway. But we're gonna take a drink for the super chat. And as I told you from the beginning, I will be streaming from the Kind of Thrones. Now, listen, I would like to tell you that I'm going to stream every night from Kind of Thrones. All right, I would love to tell you that. And some people may try to tell you that. But let me tell you something. Someone who is a veteran coming back from Kind of Thrones, it's impossible because you just don't know what condition you're going to be in that night if you're going to be able to stream. That it's a different level of drinking there. It's a college level drinking that goes on there. It's like you're back in college, and you remember those days, the way you drunk back then. You know, that's hard drinking, man. You know, that's some hard fucking. I mean, you may look back at it. You know, you may think about it like, yeah, I had a drink. Yo, that's some hard keg standing shit. That's some hard fucking funneling ass drinking back then. Hard drinking. You know what I mean? And that's what these kinds are, man. It's drinking like that. Next level shit. You know, back in the day shit. You got to go back to all that. So I would love to tell you that I'm going to stream I'm going to stream every day it's possible. But I will definitely, when I'm walking through, like I did last year, I'm going to walk through and I'm going to stream live, going through the booths, going through all the concessions and going through all that stuff. Streaming people, showing you costumes. I'm going to do all that live. I'm going to do that on YouTube, and I'm also going to do it on my Facebook page. So subscribe to this channel, Teflon TV, so that you get notified when I go live on YouTube, and then the Teflon TV Facebook page. So you get live, because it'll be two different experiences, I guarantee it. I'll come at it two different ways. It'll be two different shows, I guarantee. It will not be the same show. So definitely check them out. You know what I mean? But yes, what we drinking, Pink Lash, as I said, we're drinking the combination of Bud Light Lime and Bud Light Orange. Just taking it easy. It's nothing, you know, highly special, nothing like that. But it's not bad. All right. So I said that. So since we're talking about the Dragon Pit, seems that they're shooting there. Now, could there be another meeting going on in the Dragon Pit? I really can't see it going down like that. I really don't. I don't know how they would have time to do a meeting like that in the Dragon Pit from everything that's going to go on. So that is not what I think. I have my opinion of what I think is going to happen in the Dragon Pit. But I'm going to ask the chat and see what y'all think. What do you think is going to happen in the Dragon's Pit? So we're going to make this a little bigger. Chat zoom. There we go. So that way I can see it easier. So I don't have to get so close. Come on. You do all this. You do a little touch now. Now it's all messed up. I can't see it at all. Come on. Bullshit. All right, that's good. That's perfect right there. Leave that right there. So we got Ralphie George in the house says wildfire trap. What else we got? What else we got here? What do you think is going to happen in Dragon Pit? So we got is wildfire trap. Wildfire trap is a sound theory. Wildfire trap for who? For the heroes? For the dragons? Boom! Super chat from Nancy. Thank you, Big 20 Beans. A little something for Common Thrones. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. Don't worry about that, Karen Pierre KP. Don't worry about that. I appreciate the thoughts, man. You know what I mean? This thinking about it is cool enough for me. You know what I mean? Knowing that you would do it if you could. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. You know what I mean? So that's it. More wildfire. It seems like people think it's Alicia Kingston says a random meeting or nothing. Another red herring. A trap for Sirion. JD said, I think Cersei's trying to set up a trap for Dany and her dragons. OTDA agrees. Aegon Stark says, Jon being crowned king because the Red Keep is destroyed. Very good thought, Aegon Stark. That's something where I'm leaning towards. That's something where I'm leaning towards around where you're at right there. What up, Lala? What up? How are you? Thank you for joining us right now. So what I think is going to happen at the Dragon Pits, me personally, I think that it quite possibly could be a finale wedding. You might get a wedding. Now, if there's going to be a wedding at the end of this, if Jon or Daenerys is supposed to be a part of any of this wedding, if they listen, I don't think Daenerys is surviving. That's everyone knows that. That's no secret, but I could be wrong. You know what I mean? But I don't think she's going to be there. I don't think Jon could be there either. It's weird. You know, Jon's in a very weird spot for me. It's like he's already died, so it'd be corny to kill him off again, but it's corny to keep him alive and let him just live his life as a zombie. I mean, I don't know how he could do that. So that's weird, you know what I mean? Especially if you want to go on the fact that all the magic is going to be gone when the series is over. Well, it's magic that brought you back, so you should go too, right? All things affected by magic should disappear too. So he should drop too, just like when the Night's King dies and all the whites are most likely going to be drop dead because they're being walked. Jon same thing should happen to Jon. Don't know if they're going to go that route with it though, but it should go down like that. But when you're dealing with so I think it could be a wedding, some type of wedding going on in the Dragon Pit. If that's the case, that would explain the multiple people that were spotted there. Now, there has been rumors about other cast members, a lot of different cast members coming back that supposedly shouldn't be around or whatever, coming back and being spotted out there on set. Now, I will say this, people. This is the final season. This is it, you know. So if they're going to wrap shoot, it's quite possible that they flew in anyone they could flew in that was willing to be flown in that was a part of the show just for the final wrap up, just for the final shoot, just to hug everybody, just to say this was great all these years. So I wouldn't go too crazy on seeing different people in these pictures because it's a good possibility that that is probably what's going on. Because that's what I would do, especially with a cast that was so big and people, being killed off and stuff like that. So if you see Sean Bean come back or hear that Sean Bean is back, he's not coming back. You know what I mean? This is most likely what's going on. Lauren Cornish says it's going to be 4 weddings and a funeral. Listen, I'm thinking it's going to be a wedding. That's my thoughts on it. I think that would be the final Dragon Pit scene. Remember when Daenerys said last year when she was in the Dragon Pit that this was like the beginning of her family and the end of her family. So if it was the re-beginning of her family, someone being wed there, it would be a good place for it to be wed. It would tie that all in. And that's what I'm thinking most likely was going to happen there. Now, it could be a trap. It could happen. Fernandez T, thank you for the super chat. 10 Bean said, shouldn't we expect more sadness, darkness? I keep hearing happy shit. Well, I think it's going to be sad, but it's like, man, you can't have a bowl of shit. You know what I mean? You can't keep feeding people shit and at the end give them more shit. It don't work like that. You know what I mean? You've been feeding people shit from fucking day one, from the first season, right? Killing Ned Stark, killing Robb Stark, Red Wedding, this, that, and the other. Joffrey getting away with murder, all this shit jumping off. You can't just keep feeding people shit and then at the end there's shit too. That's not a satisfying story. That's just a fucking bowl of shit. Nobody wants a bowl of shit. So you got to get some type of fulfillment in the end. And we've gotten so much shit that there's no way that they can't be a happy ending. You know what I mean? It's got to be a happy type ending. And it's not going to just be everyone's dead, everyone kills each other, everyone backstabs each other, game over. It's not going to be like that. It can't do that. It's just not going to work. You know what I mean? It's got to be some happiness. You have to see some of these people win. Because if you don't see them win, what the fuck was it all for? Right? If you just seen, if the Starks in the end of all this, if House Stark gets destroyed, right? Let's just say House Stark gets destroyed. There's no House Stark anymore. What was the point of this whole story? What was the point? There's no reason to have this story. There's no reason to have this story if there'll be no more House Stark in the end of this. No, you can get rid of House Lannister. That can happen. But House Stark specifically, you can't get rid of that house. Not after all the shit they've been through, and then they get wiped out in the end too. That's not satisfying to anyone. No one's going to want to see that shit. So you're not going to get that. And that's why you can't get the end of the Targaryen house. Because if you're going to start the series as these are the last Targaryens, then you have to end the series with more Targaryens. You have to end it with the Targaryen family coming back. You know, that's you can't just say, hey, these are the last two. And then, or it's like saying these are the only two of this kind on Earth. And at the end, these two people are dead. So now there's no more of this kind on Earth. That's not satisfying. The only way that works is if that line carries on, because it's not supposed to carry on because it's only these two, but it somehow found a way to do it. So that's what we have to see. We have to see that Targaryen line carry on, and we have to see that Stark line carry on before it's all said and done. Now, that doesn't mean Dany has to live. Dany could have a baby and die after. It doesn't have to be in childbirth. She could have twins or whatever. That could happen, and she could not die. She could die after childbirth. She could die whenever. But, you know, but the line would still be going on, you know, like that. So I think that's what we have to go on. Let's chat and see what is going on in this mug. We got a bunch of people watching with us right now. Thank you. You know, I know this is some impromptu. I was on there yesterday on Twitter. I said to stream and not to stream. I didn't check back until later, and people wanted me to stream, so I felt bad. So I said I got to get up on here and give it to the people. So this is probably going to be the last thing you see from me until the Kind of Thrones, until that drops. You know what I mean? And that's going to be on Thursday. So as soon as I get in there and I set up and everything else, obviously I'm bringing the shit with me. I'm not bringing everything with me, so it's not going to be the same. or anything like that, but it'll be good enough. And you'll see exactly what I get it. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna show you around. We're gonna get that shit popping, man. That's how we fucking do, man. You know how it is. Feeling good, you know what I mean? Feeling good. Can't wait to get out there. Panels all kind of thrown. My panels are. I'm ready. It's easy work for me on these panels. I don't see any complications on it at all. Easy work. I couldn't be on better panels. Or had better people on the panelists with me. So it's just easy. It's just people I've worked with already. So I know everybody. So it's just gonna be like a regular stream. And that's it. It's in person. So it's gonna be great. You know what I mean? And that's where it's gonna be. Big E with the hashtag F Catlin forever. What is going on, Big E? What is up, Smoker Highness? Big E comes in here, chilling. It comes in here with guns blazing. Guns blazing, Big E. Guns blazing on Catlin like that. You know, that's real. What's good? Why you know, why you hating on the moms like that, Big E? What Catlin do that was so bad? What did he do that was so bad? Let me see. Let me see. I think there was a question up here. Let me see if I can find it. From Steph Snow. I would love to know how you think GOT Season 8 will be marketed. The main image or the slogan. All right. That's a very good question. Thank you for the question. So it was basically, what was it last year? The eyeball of the Night's King. That's what it was last year. So I think that this year we have to see that it's got to be marketed with the Ice Dragon. It's got to be specifically Ice Dragon Central, whether it's the Ice Dragon Eye but it's got to be Ice Dragon Nose. It's got to be focusing around the Ice Dragon this year. I think that's the only thing that they could focus this season on to end it off. I think it definitely has to go down. It will be the Ice Dragon. But yeah, you know, I could see they done, you know, all the characters. I think that's the only thing that would be the difference that makes a difference in this season would be the Ice Dragon. Anything else, you know, you can't put Melisandre, you can't put Johnson, you can't put anything else to try to give away too much. Ice Dragon says it all. Big E says Ghost will be in the center of the marketing. It could be. You know what I mean? Ghost could be. I don't know. I would like to see that, but I don't know if they've had the direwolves front and center for a long time. So I don't know if they're gonna go that route with it, but it would be good to see. I would like to see it. You know, I'm in a good mood, man. Ate a couple of Jamaican beef patty with cocoa bread. You know what I mean? Don't get that shit every day, man. That's some good shit right there. You know what I mean? Who was on the James Cater asked who was on the panel with you? All right. So let me see if I can remember everything. I think I have a panel. It's called After the Wall. And After the Wall, I think I'm on that panel with me and Val. And then I have a panel called the Deadpool, which is who's going to die. And that I think is me, Val, Phil the Issues guy, and someone else I don't know. He's a very nice guy, but I don't know his name offhand. Now, those are either flip-flopped or that way. I'm not sure, but I know that it's either flip-flop those panels, who's on it with me, or it's that way. I'm on those two panels. Then I have a panel by myself, who wrote the pink letter, who is just me in the audience, and we're going to discuss debate who wrote the pink letter. And then I have another final panel with LML and Quinn. And those are my panels. And then I'm going to be on YouTube Live. I'll be there, features on stage with all the people on YouTube for YouTube Live. And I'll also be on YouTube Meet and Greet. I'll be at that too. And I think I'm going to sign up for the Family Feud there. So if I can get Queen Strader to sign up to Family Feud, me and Queen Strader and husband, we are going to win the Family Feud. And anybody else who wants to be on House Teflon, Team Teflon, we're going to win the Family Feud challenge. I guarantee it. There's no stopping us. We're signing up. I'm getting that done. So those are my panels. You know what I mean? And as I said, you know, it's easy work for me on them panels. You know what I'm saying? So Easy work, man. I'm going to rip these panels up. You know what I mean? Who is it? Joe the Magician? Is that? I don't know if it's Joe the Magician. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's Joe the Magician. Sailor Diva asks, "Will you dress up?" I don't. And you don't like the way I look, say Sailor Diva. You don't like the way I look right now. What's good with the way I look right now? I can't roll like this. Is this something wrong with this? Something wrong with the way I'm looking, right? I gotta put something else on. I thought I looked all right, but I thought it was good, but I'll step it up for you, girl. I'll step it up for you. I will step up the game. You know what I mean? I'll get that done. But no, the Don Tony Teflon. You know what I mean? The Don Tony Teflon. Thank you, Sailor Diva. I'm just playing with you. You know the Don Tony Teflon. You know what I mean? Now I don't dress up. That's not me. That's not my steez. That's not what I do. I enjoy watching everyone in the costumes. I enjoy taking pictures with everybody in the costumes. You know what I mean? But I'm not. I don't do the costumes. I wish I could. You know what I mean? But I'm just not that free. I'm not that free of a human being to do it. I would wear a sword in my regular clothes if I could just rock a sword. I would definitely do that. You know what I mean? I would definitely do that. Like if I was going to it's crazy. Like this is a cosplay, so this is when you're supposed to be the costume. But if it was like a Halloween party and everyone was in all different types of costumes, then I would feel more comfortable rocking like a Game of Thrones outfit. That sounds maybe crazy, but to me, that's the way I would feel. You know what I mean? Maybe then, but nah. The Don is not a merman, baby. The Don, you know what I mean? I can't be Grey Worm. The Don can't. The Don is not no dickless man. You know what I mean? I don't get down like that. I can't do that. I know it's just there was some other things up here I seen. I wanted to catch, but it went by really fast. Oh, it went by too fast. It's going. It's going. Don the Cracking Wit is in the motherfucking building, chilling with us. You know what I mean? Let's see. Teflon Lawrence Corner says you look good in a red priest robe. I think I could pull off a robe. I have done the toga, the Roman toga. In high school, I've done the Roman toga thing. We've done that. I've done that. So I've been in that. You know what I mean? I pulled that off back then. The Don is still in really good shape. You know what I mean? He's in good shape. He's good looking good underneath the clothes. He's good naked. So I'm not worried about that. I could pull that off. I'm not a sandals man. I don't like to wear the sandals, but I did do the toga. You know what I mean? I did get that down. You know what I mean? That is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So that is what it is. Yes, everybody. Gambino Capo is in the building, chilling with, chilling. That's what I'm talking about. He says John or Rob to lead House Teflon's army. If we're just talking about for strategy reasons to lead the army, so this is what it is. So that's a very good question right there, Capo. I really appreciate that, baby. It's a very good question. Now you're asking to lead the army. To lead the army. There's two different types of leaders we have here. And I'm going to tell you straight up, if I had to pick, I would take Rob all day. I'd take Rob over John all day. And this is why. All right. Now, a lot of people may say, you put in the comment section who you think. Who would you pick to lead your army? Rob or Jon Snow? You put who you think. And then I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to tell you Rob all day. I don't even think it's close. And I'll tell you why in a second. But let me just go through. Kambizi says John is a trash general. Pink Lash, well, Rob is a better legal. Stacey L, Rob. K says Sansa. Big E, Rob. We got Daryl says Rob. Shannon Charlie says Rob. Karen Pien says Rob. Sailor Diva, hell yeah, Rob. Kambozi, Rob Easy. Pink Lash, Rob with no chicks around him. Listen, and I agree with everyone in the chat. It's Rob and it's easy. So there's two types of leaders we're looking at here when you look at leaders, right? And with the type of leader Jon Snow is a hero leader. A hero leader is a great leader. That's a guy who's going to be on the battlefield, and you're going to look at him, and when you see him, you're going to be inspired to do your best because you're fighting with him. That's a hero leader. All right. Then you have a guy who knows strategy and tactics. Robb does both, right? Robb is on the battlefield and he knows strategy and tactics, right? He outmaneuvered Tywin Lannister as a child. He was beating them all on the battlefield. They couldn't stop him. He was unstoppable. Tywin said his men worship him. They worship him. They got stories about the guy going into battle on Wolfback. You know, Jon Snow has that type of worship, but doesn't have that tactics. I'm just charging in there. I'm not thinking. He lets his emotions get the better of him. So that is why, without a doubt, you have to take Robb in that situation and lead your army. Robb is undefeated in battle. Robb was the man. Robb couldn't be stopped. You know what I mean? There's no doubt about it. So, you know, I think that one's even close. But yeah, Robb Stark right there. You know what I mean? That is what it is. What was that? Sailor Diva said something. Let's take a look. Let's see. Robb never lost a battle. You're correct. They said Robb never lost. Beat everyone. Everyone out there. They couldn't stop him on the battlefield. They couldn't stop him on the battlefield. They had to figure out another way to get him. Because they couldn't do nothing to him on the battlefield. And that's the bottom line. That's what it is. So that is how good Robb was in battle. Robb was the man. That can't take nothing away from him there. You know what I mean? Not at all. So getting back to what we were talking about a little bit earlier, and that was dealing with King's Landing and the Dragon Pit scene. Now, this means that, you know, if there's going to be I think it's going to be a wedding. Other people think it's going to be a trap. Now, it's easy. A trap, it seems good. We've seen that go down before, right? With the storming of the Dragon Pit, when the dragons were captured down there. And while they were captured down there, when the dome was there, the people charged in there, and eventually the dragons burned a lot of the people, but tried to fly away, knocked the roof onto each other, and basically killed everyone in the Dragon Pit and the dragons. You know, so it could be a situation like that. I just don't think, when people say like wildfire, I don't think there's any wildfire under the Dragon Pit. I don't know why there would be wildfire under the Dragon Pit. I just don't think it's there to blow it up. I don't see it being there. I don't think it. I mean, can they place it there? Can it get there? I think they would have to show it get there, but I don't think it's there right now. I think what we've seen from the wildfire flashbacks is what we've seen from Bran Stark's visions and everything else from the House of Undyne. I don't think we're going to see too much more wildfire use. I know we're going to see some of it, but I don't think we're going to see a massive amount of wildfire, crazy. You know, I don't think we're going to see a crazy amount of it. Not at all. Not at all. Beheading Cersei at the Dragon Pit. I don't think Cersei's downfall goes down like that. I think she's got to get strangled. You know what I mean? I can't see her getting beheaded. I know people would love to see Cersei die, but I'm telling you, if this was truly like War of the Roses, if this is what he was really going for, George, Cersei should live. Because the only way, because in War of the Roses, the thing that happens at the end is that the major houses get united into one flower. The only way to unite all three major houses is for Jon Snow to marry Cersei Lannister and have a baby with her. And then that baby will be Targaryen, Lannister, and Stark. And that would unite the realm under all three major houses. That's what would do it. That's what they would need. I don't think it's going to happen, but that's what I think it could be. Now we got Joanna King says she thinks a Clegane Bowl could go down there. Now, you know, Clegane Bowl is possible. That would be a good setup for it there. Maybe we will see it go down like that. We have a lot of people saying, no, it's not going to happen. Listen, I don't think it's going to happen. But I'm saying if that's what they were going for and you wanted them to unite everyone and you wanted one banner, one house, and you wanted to show that, hey, marriage is political. You can't marry the person that you love. You have to do what's best for the realm. And that's what Jon Snow would have to do. You'd have to marry Cersei and eat it. And that's it. And do his job to unite the realm, keep everyone safe. That's who it would have to be. And people saying gross. How is that gross? That's not gross. That's not gross. All right, we're gonna go to the line. Switch it up. That is not. James Carter says, who is your favorite lady and why? My favorite character that is alive in the show is Arya Stark. So that is my favorite lady. Why? Because she don't give a fuck. She will stab you up. She is a hit hoe. She is a rockabye baby chick. She reminds me of everyone that I grew up with. Chicks in Queens. These chicks were not playing around. You know what I mean? So no, that's why Arya is you know, a lot of Tom girls in Queens and growing up. You know what I mean? Around my way, all the chicks played football growing up. We all played football, tackle football, and everything else. That's what it was. Everyone got tackled and thrown through the bushes. That's the way it was in the hedges. That's the way it was in Queens. You know what I mean? That's just what it be. And that's it. We got AU Pack Mule is in the building. What up, AU? Thank you for joining us in this piece. That's just the way it be. You know what I mean? It goes down like that. What is that? Oh, stop it. I don't know about that. What else is going down here? In the chat real quick. Arya is a psychopath now. Can't sympathize with her, especially her childlessness with Sansa. All right, so that whole Sansa situation, people say that these tags are causing a problem on the camera. Are they? Really? I could see that probably being a problem. If I can get them off for you real quick. I'm doing all these. Take that off for you real quick. I could see that being issue. It's quite possible. I can't get the other one off right now, so I'm not going to bother with it. Wait up. All right. There we go. All right. I hope that's not bothering you anymore, but I could definitely see how that could be an issue on camera. All right. Anyway, yes, that was a terrible storyline what they did with Arya and Sansa. I can't blame Arya. You know what I mean? I really can't blame Arya at all. I have to blame the writing on that. The way it was written, it was poorly written. It just didn't fit everything that we've seen Arya trained for. We've seen her trained to detect lies, and she wasn't able to detect Littlefinger's lies. So why did she get smacked by the waif all those times to not be able to figure out what the fuck Littlefinger was doing? It just didn't make any sense. It was stupid. I have to blame that more on the writing, not Arya the character. It just wasn't there. You know what I mean? When I get to the Con of Thrones and I seen Gendry in there, let me tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go down to Con of Thrones, Don Tony Teflon, be at the Con of Thrones. Gendry's up in the building. The Don Tony Teflon's gonna run. I'm gonna see what I get out to do. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe I get Gendry on a goddamn bull. Think I'm playing. I'm telling you, man. I get down with people. I get cool with people. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And I've hung out with people that people would consider celebrities on many different occasions. And people are people, man. No one's different. And everyone's, it's a job. You know what I mean? So if I get to chill with them, I'm pretty cool. That I'm sure we can be cool. I'm telling you, maybe get him on the bull. Maybe, you know what I mean? Still get a couple of pints in him and see if he says so. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit is already shot. I'm gonna tell him. I'm saying, come on, son. You know, I mean, I'm like, because you can't burn bridges, because Dan and Dave gonna do other shows, and they may want to hire him for other shit. That's the way it should be going on HBO shows. If you see a lot of times in HBO shows, a lot of the same actors go to different shows, on the same network. You can't burn bridges. So I would never ask him anything that's going to be crazy to get him in trouble. But you know what I mean? We're going to see. Maybe I could ask him about maybe one of my theories or something and see if we can get a little clue towards it, if you're on the right track. You know what I mean? Let me see. Lala 42 says house lands will be wiped out like they've done to major houses. Yes, yes. What goes around comes around, right? And there's no doubt that there will be no House Lannister when it's all said and done. Now, I do believe that Jaime Lannister has a chance to survive. I do. I think, and I said that I think that he will, if he does survive, he will go to the Night's Watch. That's where I think he will end up. If he survives, he's gonna be in the Night's Watch. Now that would still end House Lannister's line, because he would no longer be a Lannister. He would be at the Night's Watch. You know what I mean? But I think it's more of a Tywin Lannister line of House Lannister than the whole House Lannister. There'll always be other Lannisters, but not the Casterly Rock ones. And you can check out my video if you want to check them out. I don't know if I have them in a playlist. It's the Black Wedding, and it tells you how every member of House Lannister must pay for the sins of the father. And that is the basis of those videos. So check that out in my playlist, the House Lannister playlist. You'll see that there, that they will play. They must pay for the sins of the father. And that is no doubt about it. Sorry about that right there. So we are still going there. To take question here. Do you think Bronn may end up with Casterly Rock in the end? No, I don't. Listen, this Bronn, I don't know how he's still alive. I don't know why he's still alive, but he is, right? He's still alive. So why? He has made it so far. It's to the point right now where I think he's got to make it to the end, right? So I mean, I really got to go with the theory, the fan theory that I hear from everyone. Him saying that they owe him 2 castles and the twins being there. That if anything, he's gonna wind up with the twins, because that Bronn will sleep with every one of those Frey daughters. He doesn't care what they look like. He don't care. Bronn will just go in there like a dick slinger from the Wild Wild West. Bronn will go up in there and put his dick on his shoulder and be like, all right, girls, let's get to work. And he don't care. He's just gonna do what he's got to do, and that's the way it's gonna be. So Bronn would be the perfect person to be in there and take them all down and stuff like that. So I think it definitely would be most likely a Bronn situation. You know what I mean? He'll get it. He'll definitely be a Frey. Bronn Frey. Bronn Frey. Take it out. Yes, Taylor Diva. She says that Tyrion did say that he would double it. He did. Tyrion said he double it. It makes sense that it would be that. It seems like that's what it would be. James says Tyrion is still Sansa's husband. I think he said in the show to Jon that the marriage is never consummated. The marriage is false. So he doesn't look at it as that. Said it to Jon in the show. So I think that they did that for a reason, to let you know that there's going to be nothing going on with Tyrion and Sansa on that. Hope Durham asks, what does the Night's King want? A very interesting question. What the Night's King want? I will say this. Fernandez T, thank you so much for the super chat of 5 beans. I really do appreciate it. I need all the support I can get. So what does the Night King want? I have videos on that. Please check those videos out. But let's go through it real quick, give you a quick version of what the Night King wants. First, you have to look at who created the Night King. The children of the forest created the Night King. All right? Create all of the White Walkers. All right, so why did they create the White Walkers? They created the White Walkers to kill mankind. And then what happened after that? The children of the forest turned on the White Walkers and showed mankind how to kill the White Walkers. So therefore, I believe that the White Walkers are out to kill the children of the forest. The children of the forest numbers are so low, they cannot fight them off. So they had no choice but to come clean to humanity and tell them exactly what they did, and that they are the ones who actually created the White Walkers to protect themselves because they know that they can't stop them. And that is where I believe it is. I've said that in many videos. You can check them out. The Children of the Forest Legacy Explained. And it's like I said, this is the bottom line, people. I have gotten laughed at this theory for years. And now I see a lot of other people jumping on the bandwagon. Now they're late to the bandwagon, but we accept all bandwagon jumpers. They can jump on board. We cool with that. You know what I mean? They a little late to the party. We were there. We've already been there. We told people this is what it was. We got laughed at about it, but now people starting to come around, and we rather have people with us than against us. That's how we do. All right? It builds. But I told you from the jump, when this is all said and done, all right, and you see this, and you see that Aegon Targaryen came to Westeros and conquered the Seven Kingdoms, this is not by fate. Daenerys the Dreamer was sent those dreams, and the person that was sending her those dreams is Blood Raven. I'm telling you. He's the one who started the whole shit. He's the reason why the Targaryens went to Dragonstone in the first place. He is the one who did it all. He went back into time and gave Daenerys the Dreamer all those dreams to get her family to move to Dragonstone to start the whole ball rolling for the Targaryen situation. He is the one who did it all. And I know you want to say, oh, he was born later. This is what people want to say. But people, we're talking about time travel, man. That's what time travel is. Not being in the right time. So when people say to me, oh, your time line is fucked up. No, it's not. It can't be. When you can travel into time, there's no way your timeline can be messed up. When it's all said and done, I told you this a long time ago. You can check it 4 years ago. You'll see it. It'll be as I told you. The children of the forest are evil. I told you that from the jump. You see people now agreeing with that. And you're going to see them all saying the same reason. Aegon came there. It's not a coincidence that the people that he killed, what he took out when he first came out, just happened to be the people that were the number one enemies of the children of the forest. It's not a coincidence. The Heron the Black was cutting down weirwood trees on the olive faces and making them for rafters in Heron Hall. That all of a sudden, when the last brick is put in, Aegon comes and burns his ass. It had to be him. There's no other way to defeat him. It's not the fault. It's not that the Gardener Kings who are putting their fists through the chest of the children of the forest were the people that were burnt by Aegon. The two people that were killing the children of the forest and disrespecting them just happened to be the people that Aegon killed. It's not coincidence. This is the reason why they did it. And I guarantee you it ends like that. You'll see it. You'll see it. I guarantee it. When George writes, he's going to write it just like that. And then In the end, I am Tyrion Lannister of Blackwater Bay. I will not get the credit for it. No one will ever say that I'm the one who came up with it first. We know that. But we know in this house who was the one who came up with it, who was the one who figured that out. And that's all that matters to me is us right here. You know, our people right here in this house. And I guarantee it's going down like that. I'm telling you, you'll see in the end, when it's all said and done, that it was this dumbass blood raven that started the whole shit. That he's the reason why the Targaryens came over. He was the one giving Dany's dream the dream. He gave her the fucking dream. He told her about everything. He's seen it all. He got them all. He did the whole shit. The whole shit. 100% on it. Ralphie George says, I'm 100% on you on the Children of the Forest. I've been drinking that Kool-Aid ever since you said it years ago. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. You know, I really do appreciate you standing there with me and even acknowledging that I did that years ago. A lot of people even trying to front like I didn't, but you know what I mean? If you look up Teflon TV, like my number one search term is Teflon TV, the Children of the Forest are evil. There's a reason why that's my number one search term. You know what I mean? That is what it is. Alicia Kingston says Blood Raven is the thrall of the children. They tricked him onto that green sea of think throne. It's quite possible they could have tricked him on there, and he's been like Bran manipulated. But I think that Blood Raven is this doing an Atlas Stone type situation, trying to switch places with Bran and eventually Jon Snow. I really think he wants to be in Jon Snow more than all of them. That's what he wants to get to. He wants to get to Jon Snow. He wants to be in him. But he's not strong enough to take over people's minds. So he has to get into Bran's mind first, because Bran can take over people's minds and then jump from Bran, take Bran's abilities, and then go and get into Jon Snow and have that body. And then he's what he was. He's back in the mix. He's back in the hustle, and he's out of there. So I think it's going on something like that. Gian says, you said it first, Teflon and Euron killing Cersei. I have said that. Yes, there's no doubt about it that I said that. Well, I will say that when I say that Euron killing Cersei, I don't know if I've said that first. I will say that I said that Euron will marry Cersei first. And I said that Qyburn would be handed the king first. I believe that Euron will strangle Cersei and is the Valonqua, but I don't know if I'm exactly the first one who said it. I know I did say it, but I don't know if I'm exactly the first person who said it. But I am definitely the first person who said that Euron will marry Cersei Lannister and they will team up. No one even thought of that when I said that. So, you know what I mean? As always, Adon has always tried to be, I'm like Stannis, man. I try to be 100% accurate with it. I don't want anyone to say that I ain't trying to give them credit. Because if someone said that, I want them to get the credit just like I want to get mine. I want you to know them to get theirs. Joanna K says, who do you think R'hllor brought Jon back to life and sent Kiara to help Dany? I don't think that R'hllor brought Jon back to life. I don't think it happened like that. I don't think that R'hllor brought Beric Dondarrion back to life. I don't think it's going down like that. I think that these people it has to be some type of fire warging situation. There's no way around it. There's no other way around it. I can't see it being anything else but that. When you look at what happened with Beric Dondarrion when he came back to life, let's look at that first, right? Thoros Samir said straight up, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. Nothing. I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm doing. Nothing. I had no idea. All I know is what I did was my friend died. So I put my hands over top to him. I said some words and the man came back to life. So by him saying that and doing that, he's assuming that it was R'hllor that brought him back to life, right? Why wouldn't he think that? The words he said was to R'hllor. When Melisandre brought Jon back in the show, what the fuck she do? She cut some hair. She sprinkled some hair, kind of like a Dave Chappelle. Just sprinkle some crack on him, he'll be all right. Just sprinkle some crack on him. Just sprinkle some crack on him, right? That's the way it was, though, right? She just sprinkled some hair on him. She rubbed his face a little. She had no idea what the fuck she was doing. She walked away. She didn't think that shit worked. And then all of a sudden, he snapped back up. Now, when we look at right, we look at the way he snapped back up, right? When the way he came back to life like that. Look at like when Bran snaps out of being warged, when someone's warging Bran, he's in someone, he comes back from someone like that. That's what Bran does, right? Every time when like, he's in Hodor, or if someone it's in warging somebody else and they get jumped out of their body and they get forced back in there, they come back gasping, they're in there. You know what I mean? It seemed more like a situation like that to me than some R'hllor fire magic brought him back to life. They have no idea what they're doing. No idea. And when they both came back, Melisandre asked them both the same question, right? She said, "What do you see?" Because she's expecting them to see something. They both said, "We didn't see anything. We just seen darkness," right? So let's take that right there. They just seen darkness. Now, when Bran communicates with Jon when he's in Ghost, so we know that this is Bran, right? Coming back into time because it happened too early. So he's coming back into time, communicating with Jon. He tells Jon straight up, don't be afraid of the darkness. Don't be afraid of the darkness, right? So when Jon dies, he comes back, he says, all I seen was darkness. Bran says, don't be afraid of the darkness. You can hide and I can hide, and it can help you, see? And then he reaches down and touches him. So I believe that that's Bran saying, hey, don't worry about it when you get stabbed and see the darkness, because I'm going to bring you back to life. Now, we all know that Jon Snow, that Bran, wants to be a warrior. He wants to be a member of the King's Guard. That was his dream. So if Bran is somehow using Jon as an avatar, as a puppet, as a body snatcher, and fights through Jon, and somehow has a part of his consciousness in Jon, is helping Jon stay alive right now through this magic, I see it playing out like that. I could see it going down like that. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. I'm sorry that was probably a longer answer than you expected or something. And maybe you probably don't agree with it or anything like that. But I don't think that it's R'hllor bringing them back. I think it's Bloodraven and them doing magic to bring them back. It's a warging, more of a warging type situation, more than them bringing back. Lawrence Corner says it was Davos that brought Jon back, not Melisandre. Do you believe this? Nope. I don't believe that Davos brought back anyone. I don't think he has any type of power like that to do anything like that. Lala42 asks, who do you think Bran will warg next season? His raw ability to warg Hodor should prove that he could control a dragon or even a Night's King. Any thoughts? Well, listen, the bottom line is that when you see him working Hodor, that is a trial run, right? The whole thing with Hodor, when he's doing that, he's learning what he can do. He's not just doing that to warg Hodor. All right, I learned how to do it. I'm done. I'm not going to warg anybody else. I'm out of here. No, he's going to get better at it. He's shown that was his first efforts. So now he's going to warg an even bigger person. And that's why I'm saying that if he's warging Jon and fighting as Jon, don't think it can't happen. I also have a video I just put out called Bran Stark's Champion. I won't give that video away, but it's out there. Just did that a week ago. Please check that out. And I talk about Bran Stark warging, who I think he's going to warg in there. So please check out that video, Bran Stark's Champion. Yeah, you could just sprinkle some wildfire on it. Snuff Snow says, will Bran require a power-up from the God's Eye? So I don't know if it's going to be a power-up I think he just needs blood. So it will be what type of blood? A king's blood. I think it's going to be, we see this sacrifice that has to happen. Who's going to be sacrificed for Bran to do these things? We see great sacrifices happening in the book. We see Euron doing sacrifices to try to get a great Kraken out of the water. And I do believe, and I think that what that is really going to do is the sacrifices that Euron is doing in the books. He's sacrificing all the preachers, and other things from other people's religions. And I think what he's doing, and the reason why he's doing that is that is what is going to bind the dragon horn to him. So Mokoro tells Victorion, in order to claim this horn, you must claim this horn with blood. But Victorion is not that smart, so he just rubs his own blood on the horn and just like pledge and shit. Like he just thinks it's pledge, and this is some pledge, some gold, some orange glow, some Murphy oil soap. You just try to rub that up in that horn right there, you know what I mean? Get it nice and shiny and shit. No, so I think that Euron understands exactly what type of blood sacrifice it needs to be made. I think that's why he's doing it to all them priests. That is going to give him the ability to claim the dragon horn, so that is when it is blown, he takes control of the dragon and he gets put on the dragon and he will be flying the dragon. Now, in the show, I do not know if we're going to go that far with Euron and have Moon Dragon back if they're going to do that, but I do believe without a doubt it's going to go down like that in the books. And I don't care what you say, Don the Kraken Wit, it's going on like that. It's going down like that. It's the bottom line, man. Yeah, people out there chilling, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's how it's going to be. So there's no doubt that is how I think it's going to go with those dragons in there. We have more questions here. I know that they would want you to believe that he is trying to summon Kraken, but I do believe that is what those things, what it's really going to do. I think that's what it is. Question right here from Zappy Chipmunk says, is Euron trying to make Cersei his Nisa Nisa by marrying her and sacrificing her with her own queen's blood? Very good point, making her Nisa Nisa. No, I am not looking at my watch somewhere I gotta be. It's just I'm gonna get notifications from my Facebook, from Twitter. I gotta really cut them out because I'm getting too many of them. It just beeps on my watch and this makes me look and stuff like that. So that's all. It's got nowhere to be. I'm chilling here with y'all. You know what I mean? We doing this right now. You got nothing to do. So I think that I think he does know about the Azor Ahai prophecy. So I think that maybe he could be making her niece. I think that what Euron thinks is that he believes that the long night's coming, the Night's King and them are going to wipe out humanity, and then when they do, he can kill whatever's left, and then he can be worshipped as the new god, as the new seven, the new law. He wants to be worshipped in that. He wants to be looked on as that while he's alive. He wants people to bend the knee to him and worship him as a god. And I think that by defeating the Night's King and after they come, I think that's his plan, that they will look at him and they will worship him like that. I think that's what he wants to happen. That's what he thinks is going to happen. Shell Diva says Euron will kill Cersei while the Hound and the Mountain are fighting. That's a good point. Yes, he's going to kill her while the Mountain's being distracted. There's no doubt. She's got to go out. She won't make it to the end of the show. There's no doubt about it. Philip of House Harris asks, will Dany even make it to Westeros by the end of WoW? I think she has to. It's no delaying it anymore. I think she has to be there by the end of WoW. She's not there by the end of WoW. I mean, the next book is A Dream of Spring, so it has to be the White Walker's victory. This next book has to be the Empire Strikes Back of the series. So I think there's no other way. She has to make it there. Cherie McLean asks, do you think it is a coincidence the Children of Forest and the White Walkers use the 7-line spiral symbols and the andals pray to the sevens. I don't think that it's a coincidence whatsoever. If you look at when the children of the forests problems arise, it's really when these people got here, right? So it's no coincidence at all that is there. And you could take a look at my video on the children of the forest. I talk about that exact symbol and point out the fact that that's the exact thing. So please check a look at my video, my children of the forest video, where I go through all those things. We are going, everyone's talking, doing a lot of urine right now. I don't mind talking about urine, you know what I mean? That's an easy topic for me to talk about. We have we have one hater that put one thumbs down out of all the great people watching. I don't know why we have to have one hater in the world, but we do. It's all right though, you know. It's all right, but you know, thumbs up this video. Keep a thumbs up, but you know, let these haters know that you know we here, we loving each other, we chilling with each other, we looking good, we feeling good, we drinking, and we're talking Game of Thrones, man. Does it get any better than that? Does it get any better? Any better than that, man? Come on. Does it get any better than that? I don't think so. I don't think so. Not so, not at all. Game of Thrones, season 8. Now, and I'm not going to talk about exactly who these people that they claim were in Dragon Pit scene. I'm not going to talk about that. But I will say that the names that they give are quite a few main characters. And if it was true that that is exactly what is going on, to me, it would be very disappointing that so many main characters actually survive. As I said earlier, you know, I told Big E, it can't be a big bowl of shit. It can't be, right? People have to survive. But it can't, to me, it can't be everybody. It just can't be. People got to die. People that matter have to die. And when I talk about Grey Worm or Braun or Pod, those people to me are the people that don't matter. Now, they matter. I know they do. I'm not saying they don't matter. You know what I mean when I say they don't matter. They don't matter in the big scheme. I'm talking big names. Sansa, Arya, Jon. Big names. Daenerys. You know, Davos. I'll throw him in there. You know, I need big names like that. Tormund, to me, is he a big name? I guess so. The Hound, big name. Yeah. Bree, big name. Yes. I need people like that to fall. Some of these people got to fall. If all these people make it to the end, not saying that's what it says, but I'm just saying if all these people make it to the end, if that was the case, it would not be satisfying to me. I need some of these people to go. Yeah, I really do. I really need to go. And that's, I was going to do a whole video on the Dragon Pit scene and try to break it down, but I really don't see, you know, I don't even know why they want to return it. To me, it wasn't such a great set that, hey, let's do another Dragon Pit scene. I don't care about it. I'd rather see like Storm's End. You know, give me some of that. I'd rather see that. I'd rather see something else. You know, especially if you're doing the Golden Company. And we know that in the books, the Golden Company has to, you know, where they're heading out and what it take to take his Storm's End. That's the whole plan. I would rather see Storm's End. You know, I would rather see that than the Dragon Pit all day. You know, I wish they would do something like that. So I don't know. So who should die this season? I mean, if someone's going to die, who should die? I think that, you know, if people are going to die, before we go into die, we'll take this question here from Hope. And she says, how will Jon find out who he really is and in what episode in the season? I would have to look at the episode guide. I don't have it in front of me to know exactly what director is shooting what director. Obviously, it won't be Battle One. but I really have to see the directors to tell you. If I had the directors in front of me right now, I could tell you, but I can't see it playing out long. I can't see them dragging that out. It would have to happen within the first 2 episodes. It can't go any longer than that. You can't drag this shit out to episode 3 halfway through the season and then tell him who he is. It's got to be instant. It's got to be quick with it. You know what I mean? There's no need for it to carry on and drag out. So they better not give me that bullshit with it. You know what I mean? Because we're going to get some more flashbacks and everything else. I think, maybe I think it's quite possible that we see the Bran lay hands on Jon and pull Jon back into the dream with him, just like he was there with Bloodraven. I don't think it makes any sense. I mean, look, we know that Jon is a warg in the books, so quite possibly he can do that with him. Maybe that's how you see them together walking around, a Tower of Joy, the Battle of the Trident together. We see them there, or something like that. It could be a situation that goes on like that. It could be a situation, yes, at the God's Eye. It could be something like that goes down. But I think it could be Jon, that Bran lays hand on him and you see Jon's eyes roll to the back of his head and he shows him everything like that. Well, if Chapotnik is directing 3 or 5, that I would say would have to no doubt happen by episode 2. Well, thank you. Thank you, my lady. I appreciate that, Karina. I surely do. No doubt about it. Oh, we are chilling here. We're doing our thing. You know what I mean? I am so glad that y'all were able to join me. We're not going nowhere right now. We still, I'm saying, but in general, I'm just happy that y'all were able to come out here, join me, chill. Thank you for all the super chats that we have gotten. Really, it's going to help me out at the con. I really do appreciate it. It may not help me out at the con, but it'll help me when I get back from the con, and that's the same difference. Same difference, baby. Same difference. Pinklash 007 says, do you think D&D ending will be the same as the books? And if so, would you still read it? I think that I thank you for the question. I think I addressed this, that I do believe that this is going to hurt the actual Dream of Spring sales. Winds of Winter sales will be great, but I think the ending will definitely hurt that. And I do think it will be the same. I know people are going, oh no, yes. It's not going to be exactly the same because there'll be other characters that are alive in the books that weren't casted. So you'll have those differences. But the main characters, Jon Snow, Daenerys Targaryen, yes, whatever you see here, you will see in the books. Verbatim. Verbatim. Without a doubt. How it ends for them here is how it's going to end for them in the books. No doubt about it. Everyone's talking about Shogun World and Westworld. I hope it lives up to your expectations. I have not watched Westworld. I know people want me to, but I have not. But not. I understand what Shogun World is all about, so I hope it leads up to expectations. Question is from Stephanie Snow, and she said, "I think sadly D&D can't follow Shapartnik, and it will blow the finale. Your opinion?" I think that they're going to just every last episode for Game of Thrones that I've seen at the end of the season isn't anything special. It's more of a recap, more of a time jump, or show you what's going on. So I think it's going to be a situation like that. I think you're going to get all the battle, everything else you're going to get right before that. How it ends is going to be before that. Everything else will just be a rebuilding situation. How it's rebuilt. Weddings, funerals, future shots. That's it. And I think that's all it's going to be. This big shots of the realm and everything else. So I don't think it's going to be be that bad. You know what I mean? I think that it's not going to be it's not going to be anything that they're going to be. It's not going to be hard for them to do. So I think I don't know how they're going to fuck it up. You know what I mean? It's just going to be this recap and shit and how things are going forward and everything else. I don't think there's going to be any action, a lot of action or anything like that going on in the last episode. I think we can get all that the episode before. What up to my man, Sir Ryan Vine in the building? Came out here to check the show with us. You know what I mean? We over 100 people watching. You know what I mean? That is what we talking about here. That's how we doing it, man. That's how we doing it. Over 100 strong watching us, and I appreciate it. You know what I mean? What up? What up? What up? What up? Marty says you can't get into Westworld. I'm not. I haven't been able to get into it. Ryan Vine, we are talking about right now. We are talking a little bit about Euron actually, and the books and what's going on with Euron Greyjoy and everything else. So we've been going through that right now, basically. So we jumping around and stuff like that and everything else. Arya Stark, we're going to talk a little bit about Arya right now. We look at the ending for Arya. How does it end for Arya? What would be a good ending? What would make you happy to see Arya Stark's ending? What would make you happy the way it ended for her? What does she have to do? Does she have to marry someone? Does she have to just go off on an adventure? Would that be good enough? What would it be for you out there in the chat to see Arya's ending? What would make you happy? Me, I mean, is Arya going to be the one to live her life out as a wolf, her second life? Someone has to. All right. It has to go down like that. Somebody has to go inside of a wolf. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. Someone has to go in the wolf and live their life out in the wolf. It's sad, in the end, because in the end, it's just the wolf's going to overtake and there'll be no Arya left. I don't know if that's it. That could be Jon. Jon could do the second life in the wolf. I would rather it be Jon than Arya. But, I don't know. I think that she has a better chance of me personally of sailing off, doing some Nymeria type situation. I actually think that, I have a video on it that she could take over Dorne. You could watch my video on that and why I think that she could take over Dorne. And I think that she can. We're going to jump back to the orange. We did the lime last. Jump back to the orange. All right. Yeah, I think that people may say that Arya as a Alicia Keys says, I like the Stark and Dorne theory that Teflon has. Y'all should check out the video if you haven't seen it yet. Yeah, it's a good video. I did that a long time ago. I think that is a lot of proof pointing that Arya could take over Dorne when it's all said and done and become the Sand Wolf. She could be the Sand Wolf. Don't sleep on the Sand Wolf when it's all said and done, without a doubt. We hear something that says, a great question, Brenda. Let's find this great question, Brenda. Where is this? It said, if the children of Forest are almost extinct, why would they help men to kill their own creation? So let's listen to that question again. If the children of Forest are almost extinct, they're almost dead, all right? They're going to die. They're almost extinct, the children of the forest. Why would they help men to kill their own creation? Well, if the creation is coming to kill you and you're almost extinct, right? So you're not there yet. You're almost there. You're on the brink of extinction, all right? As you said. And these White Walkers are coming to kill you. What else other choice do you have? You don't want to die. You don't want to be extinct. You want to be saved. The only way you can save yourself now is to come clean to the humans, tell them what you did, and tell them how to stop these creatures. I believe that. Would it be, man? Would it be? Very good question. But right now, the Don is in Con of Thrones mode. So, no question I can't answer. You can't slip it past me right now. It's impossible. I'm focused right now on Con of Thrones. I'm ready for all questions, for anything that comes at me on Con of Thrones. From the audience, from the panelists, from anybody, from the people on the street. I'm all good about it. Have I ever drinking dragon milk beer? No, I have not. No, I don't like milk and alcohol. I'm not into that. Milk and alcohol. How does Arya get out of Bravos? How does she? I thought that she would most likely sail back with Tyrell when he goes and treats with the Bravos banker. I thought she was still away on that boat, and that's how she get back when it's all said and done. No White Russians for me. Hell no, not at all. And we're only talking about the drink. Hey, yeah, I don't know if there's anything Black Russians, but White Russians. How you doing? How you doing? And that's it. Let's see what else. Let's see what else is going on here. Someone said Arya will kill Cersei as Jaime is walking in to kill her, and will be revealed that he doesn't have to. I don't like that. I don't see that at all happening. It's not going to go down like that. Cersei's going to get killed. You got to look at the situation that happened to Cersei, right? How it all makes sense for Euron to kill her. I mean, I can go through it. You can look at all my videos, Black Wedding and everything else. I told you this was going down. You could see how it's going down. But Ben said this is not new. All right. So, but you can look at it. Excuse me. The number one thing that Cersei lost dealing with Euron Greyjoy is Jaime. That was her protection. So that's it. That's how she's going to go out, because her protection is gone. If she never did that, she would still be cool with Jaime and she would still have her protection. She lost her protection. This has to be her fault for losing Jaime. There has to be some repercussions for that. And the repercussions is that the fact that she will die at the hands of Euron. We cannot trust Massey. We're talking about Justin Massey dealing with Stannis Baratheon. Yeah, I know we could trust Justin Massey. I don't know that it's quite possible that he does go there with the money and get the ships and come back with Stannis. Arya could stow away on that. Yes, it's quite possible that Arya could do that, come back with Justin Massey, but we would have to believe that Justin Massey is going to keep his word. So we have no proof in that right now. But we do know people are there already, that Arya has already killed one person that's already there and that's going back to King's Landing, was going to go back to King's Landing. So it would be easy for her to go back there, because we don't know how that's going to play out. She could take his face and go back then. We don't know how it's going to go down with Arya and the Faceless Men, the way it goes down in the show. It seemed like they just let her go. We did all this trading for you. All right, I'm Arya Stark of Winterfell. All right, bye. Goodbye. I'm out of here. That's it. All right, have fun. Have a nice day. You don't know if Arya has to escape the Faceless Men. Will she be on the run from the Faceless Men? There's a quite good possibility it can go down like that in the books. So far in the show, it hasn't been that way. She was on the run from them from a little bit from the waif. But Jaqen H'ghar said when he went to the waif, he said to her right then, he said, one way or the other, someone's face is going on this wall. Whether it's your, and that's all he cared about. He just wanted the face on the wall. So whether it was the Waith or Arya, someone's face had to go. It was the Waith's face that we seen go up there, and Arya Stark was gone. So that's the way it should go. That's the way I see it going. I can't see it being anything else. If they do anything else from that, it would be a little suspect. We'll say I want some justice, some Dora Martell, some justice for Dora Martell. The way he was written off the show was horrible, and that's from 09 for spinoff. Yeah, they did a terrible job with all the Dornish thing. So I think the whole Dorn thing was terrible. All right, there's nothing they could really do to revive the whole situation. But you know, some of the hottest chicks come from Dorn, and they ruined it. But I'll tell you, at the Con of Thrones, a lot of the hot chicks that are dressed up as Dornish women, that'd be up in there, be the Dornish women. You know, mostly the hottest chicks in there be the Dornish women. Yeah, I thought that Doran was casted well too, and they did waste him. But if you look, I did a video on it, how they changed it. If you did it, look at my video. I did a video on it about how he was supposed to have another season. They had already planned. They paid him, and they even paid him for that season, even though they didn't give it to him. But that was in the contract, so they had other plans for him, and they scrapped him. Which one is the death you fear the most? I would say if I had to see one death that I don't want to see, it's Arya Stark. I don't want to see Arya die. That's the only one. That's what a thug mug looks like. You know what I mean? If you a thug and you got a mug, it's a thug mug, baby. Big ass is what I like. I'm black. I like big asses. So I'm all about. You know what I mean? Come on. Thug mug. Lala 42, thank you for the super chat. A little something for the con. Tear it up, Tony. You know, we gonna go down there and we gonna get on these panels and we gonna do what we gonna do. We gonna set that fire. We gonna give them that smoke. Thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate that. You know what I mean? We definitely gonna give them that smoke on the panel. There's no doubt. I promise you that I'll give them that smoke every time when I'm on the panel. I promise you that I give it right to them. I'm not playing around. I'm going there. I'm doing a Lauren's corner. She said she got a thug mug too. That's what's up, Lauren. That is what it is. You know what I mean? Your thug mug reminds me of Donkey Kong for some reason. I don't know why you would think of Donkey Kong. Well, you know, I would get it. You know what I mean? If you feel like jumping over barrels, you know what I mean? Then I really would. When I read it when he first said, I was like, why would he think of that? But but you know, cheers to you, Ryan. That was very, 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 very. That was very good. I appreciate that, sir. I truly do. Thug mug, baby. Thug mug. Be doing it. That is what it is, man. All right, no, we got another year to go. You know, it should have been over by now. We got one more year to go before it ends. You know, it'll be here sooner than you think. So don't rush it. Don't rush it, man. I'm telling you, because it's gonna come. It's gonna be here sooner than you think. Well, let me see what else we got here. Got a question. All right, let's see. Question here, Stephanie. She said, "Is there a panel you're looking forward to most?" All right, so Stephanie has a lot of information about the con. Maybe she's going to the con. Seems like she knows a couple things about the events at the con. Is there a panel you'd be looking forward to most? Yes, who wrote the pink letter? I think that I want to do that one. The who wrote the pink letter one by myself. Obviously, I I wanted that panel. I told them I wanted to do that panel by myself. I asked them for that panel, and they gave me that panel. So I'm happy to do that one. I want to do that one by myself. So that is the one I want. Will you partaking in the karaoke? No, I will not be singing karaoke. I might be there, but I won't be singing any karaoke. If I did sing karaoke, it would be Rick James. I would be singing Rick James, Super Freak. Would be the song I would sing. But it would definitely be Rick James. You know what I mean? Let's see. I'm waiting on a challenge with that. I mean, exposed as mediocre writers. I mean, I'm not going to say anything about Dan and Dave's writing abilities. Obviously, that these people are rich and famous for a reason. So they're doing something right, right? So that's the way I could see it. I can't say anything bad about people who make that much money, who got that much money. They've done something right. And they write Heat. Heat's a great movie, man. Heat's a really good movie. If they wrote Heat, man, you gotta give them credit, man. It's a really good movie. You know what I mean? So now it is what it is. I think that probably they want to do something else. They want to do that Confederate. They're not doing it now, but they want to do that Confederate show. When something takes you 10 years and all that, and you like, it's a lot of life, man. People change, man, and you want to move on to different things. And I think that that they just ready to move on to different things, and they're just ready to get it over with, and that's it. I think that's a lot of people mess up that way. I think that like when you see like maybe Chris Evans or Robert Downey Jr. saying they don't want to do the Avenger roles anymore, if that's what they're saying. These may be the biggest roles you ever get in the rest of your career. You need to stick them out and stay with them. You never know. I wouldn't go to, if I was them, I roll that until I ride that as far as you could ride that. Question is, would Game of Thrones, the show, been better as an anime? I don't know if it'd been better, but it would have been dope as an anime. I would watch it. I would love to see it as an anime. I would love to see Game of Thrones as an anime. That would be great. That would be phenomenal. I would definitely love to see that as an anime, and I wish that they would definitely put that as an anime and stuff like that. But my people, we have been on here a little while. You know what I mean? We're going to have to wrap this up and stuff like that. We do have the NBA Finals that we're going to jump off soon, so I got to watch that and everything else. I know y'all Westworld people got that coming on soon, so I know you got to watch that. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, Phil the Issues guys playing Where's Waldo right now, traveling around the world. So I know that you're not going to be able to have a good one there. But I do believe that the Justin Thomas show, he has the after show. So if you can't watch Phil, please watch the Justin Thomas show for your Westworld views. You know what I mean? Check that out. You know what I mean? So it should be good. Listen, thank you for everybody out here came to chill me in the chat. People that are coming to Kind of Thrones. Thank you to all you people out there. Kind of Thrones. You know what I mean? I can't wait to see you. I'm going to be there on Thursday. Myself, I'll be there Thursday. You know what I mean? So I'll be there on Thursday. And I'm staying all the way until Monday. I'm not flying back till Monday. So I'll be there Thursday. I'll fly out on Monday. So all weekend, I'll be there chilling with y'all. And hopefully get a chance to meet you and everything else and stuff like that. So if you like what I do, is please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And if you like the way I do this, as I just said, you know who it is. Peace. Kind of messed up my whole outro. But anyway, peace and stay sexy. Well, before I go, I almost forgot. We must do this because, as always, Jesus, we got traditions and shit, and then I'd be ruining the traditions. So no, don't go yet. As always, if you would, on Teflon TV, let the people know that we are worldwide. And rep your hood in the chat. Rep your hood. Put it in your chat right now where you are from so that the people know that we are worldwide. I see spots representing Oklahoma. Come on. Put it down there. You know what I mean? JD, Co. What is Co? Zappy, Chipmunk, Naples, Florida, Fernandez T, LA, Cali, chillin', Gambino from B-More, baby. Chilling up in this piece from B-More. You know what I mean? Shani and Charlie representing Georgia. Hope Durham representing Texas. See you there. Miss Lynn, California. JD, Colorado. Smokeahannes is in Kentucky. Wizza, Kansas. Scotland is from Lawrence calling, chilling from Scotland. Vernal Beach, Florida. Queen of Ice and Fire. That is where Buddy McGirt's gym is at there. Boxing gym for Buddy McGirt is in Vernal Beach, Florida. Shot the video. You're probably not hood there, actually. Amber representing Utah. Sherry McLean representing Manchester, United Kingdom. We got Slope representing Michigan by way of Cali. We got people from all over. Margarita 453, Southern Ontario, Canada, representing in the building. People representing from all over the world and everywhere else. This time, we are going to say peace out, and we're going to say it right. So if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, please go across the realm, and please subscribe. I started through that. If you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy. But before I go, one more time. No, I'm just playing. Peace and stay sexy.